Hey, what's good, people? This is Holy Warrior Yancey, and this is Holy Warrior Yancey Productions. I just want to talk about how we're portrayed in movies and TV shows. I truly believe that there is an attack on black masculinity. I do believe that there is an agenda with which they're trying to portray that black men and black women can't be in a stable and successful relationship. I see all types of stuff where they're promoting the black and Asian thing, where their perspective of a strong black woman is a mean, nasty, um, how can I put that? Mouthy. That's their perception of a strong black woman. That black men pretty much aren't nothing. What I'm basically trying to say is, man, I want to call some things out. There was a time in which the media made our people look bad. And what I mean by that is they will highlight all our crimes and everything else and not so much theirs. But nowadays, it's our own people, you know, that's it's our own people in the limelight, you know what I mean? Just parading around ignorant, you know. I look at these reality TV shows, they're sickening. They really are. And there's a whole lot of black fools with money. And it seems like they don't grow up. They're bad stewards of their sexuality, ignorant, loud, rude. And it just really gives our people a bad name. It really does. And I want to talk a little bit about that. I really do. And before I get into what I'm going to get into, I just want to be clear. I'm going to discuss a few TV shows. And truth be told, I love these TV shows. I love them. I love the TV shows. I love the actors. But there's just a few things about these shows that it kind of pissed me off. I'm gonna be honest with you. It kind of pissed me off because it's kind of a jab to our people. You know what I mean? And I just want to discuss some things. So I'm gonna get right in. But before I do, I want to share something. There was a show called Lincoln Heights, and the show really was great. Strong black family. We need more shows like that. Also, My Wife and Kids. That was another good show. Good family structure. You know, both the shows which I mentioned, strong black men with strong black wives, real good shows. And it hurts me that those shows couldn't even get 5 years. But their shows, man, they be living a long life. Think about the show 2.5 Men. And that show went on to where that little boy grew up to be a full man. But anyway, I want to talk about, first I want to talk about, what's this show? What's the name of this show on OWN? Queen Sugar. Queen Sugar. I love Queen Sugar. It's a great show. Wonderful actors. I love it. This is the thing that I'm noticing. all three of the siblings on there ended up in an interracial relationship. Okay, let me be clear with that. I'm not knocking interracial relationships, but I don't recall anybody on Friends or Seinfeld having a black love interest. And I get on this because it almost seems like these shows promote a black man going outside his race, a black woman going outside her race, like we can't come together and be strong together, you know? But that's one thing. The main thing I wanted to talk about was my man Hollywood in the show and Aunt Vi. Hollywood is younger than Aunt Vi, and he loves this woman with all his heart. Real good brother, hard-working brother, decent brother. This brother she has, I believe, lupus. And for the past few episodes, she's been really dissing this brother. And the only thing this brother is doing is being a good man. He wants to pamper her and make sure she's all right. And here she go. I'm not delicate. I'm not fragile. I'm not going to break. You know, brother was just looking out for her. But okay. She wanted her independence as far as her being mobile, whatnot. Okay. Hollywood come across some money and he want to help her with her business. I don't need no help. I want to do it all by myself. Hollywood fall back. But then Hollywood, on his last episode, was talking about how he can't wait to marry Vi. Mind you, Vi is older than him. Hollywood is a fairly young guy. He don't have no kids, and Vi can't give him none. She's old. You know what I mean? Hollywood was talking about he can't wait for them to get married and for her to share his last name. And her not wanting to have his last name put the nail in the coffin for me. It's almost like being a good man ain't good enough for her. And I feel as though with all that, and even in the show, they had Hollywood had went back home to his mom to talk to his mom. And mind you, his mom is just as old as Vi is. And his mom even accepted her not willing to take his last name. He was even somewhat down with him not even being able to have children. Because Hollywood don't got no kids. But anyway, I see an agenda behind there. And that's an agenda that's really being promoted in black media, that the black man isn't needed. You know what I mean? And she sat there and told him, I don't need you, I want you. And I see that they be trying to do this role reversal thing when it comes to black men and black women, where the women are wearing the pants and the men are just dragging along. And I don't approve of that. And even back when things were, I say, sexist like that, men wore their pants, but they never went around talking about they didn't need no woman. And that's just crazy. This whole agenda of this super independence. And I did a video on this. I told brothers if they encounter women with this super independence, I told them to honor them to the fullest. Let them do them. They don't need you, fine. Hey, let them do them. They can take care of themselves. Don't give them nothing, especially not your seed. But anyway, I just hate that this dysfunction is being peddled in our media. And we are the only race which this stuff is happening. And it hurts that most people don't see the big picture that this is a part of an agenda that to eradicate the black family, and that's what it really is. I mean, it's right up there with welfare, and you can't have a man in your house. I mean, it runs deep. The only difference now is they put a lot of our people in the limelight to promote these things, and it goes beyond just being real. I mean, they really pushing these things. Anyway, let me move on. The show Marlon. Oh man, I am a big Marlon fan. I love Marlon. He's funny. Oh man. Essence Atkins. Oh man, love her too. Great actor. What hurts me about this show is that these two have chemistry. They really love each other. But yet, they can't be married. They divorced, and boy, do they cross boundaries with each other, but yet they can't be married. It's crazy. It's crazy. I look at these shows like Roseanne ain't never had a divorce. You know what I mean? I look back at these, I don't know. Look back at these shows from the past, man. We had family structure. We had couples that could stay together. I just don't know. I just hate, it's like a smack in the face almost. Like, they're good. There's chemistry between them two, you know? And they get along. They show a good co-parenting situation, which really is, I hate to say it, damn near impossible with how things are in actual life. And it's a shame that these people have to be divorced. It would be such a good, better show if they were married. What great message would that be if them two were married and they're doing their co-parent thing and still, you know, interacting with adult friends? That would be so powerful for couples to see that. But anyway, moving on. There was something else I wanted to touch on. Oh yeah, the Tracy Morgan show, The Last OJ. I love that show. Oh man, Tracy Morgan did his thing with that show. Tiffany Haddish put it down on that show. I love that show. It's good to see Malik Yoba too doing something good, man. Doing something where he hard. It's hard to get over that gabbing thing and how he went out. But to see him doing something hard like he was doing in Empire, you know what I mean, is a good thing. Oh man. But anyway. Okay, brother is trying to be a good father. First of all, he get his girl pregnant before he go to jail. And he was locked up, I believe, 15 years. Yeah, 15 years. And for his girl not to tell him that she was pregnant is wrong. That's wrong. And that's another thing, man. It takes two to have a baby. But once the woman has the baby, a man has no right. That ain't right. But anyway, that kind of upset me that she had a baby before he got locked up on the show. You know, he comes out, he finds out that he has kids. So he sold drugs. She couldn't forgive him for that. But it's okay for her to find a white man who was a drug addict. And she was cool with that. And go ahead and marry this guy. Let this guy, you know, become the father of her children. That's just messed up. And Tracy Morgan finds out he has kids when he gets out, and he's trying to build a relationship with his kids, and the whole time his kids giving him hell. One, their mom was wrong by not telling him that he had kids. And not just that, the brother's trying to be a father, and the whole time they're giving him a hard time because he was locked up. You know what I mean? They disrespect him by calling him by his first name. You know, it's just really messed up. He even has an episode where he gets cool with the kid's stepdad. And the stepdad got enough nerve to hate on him, talking about you taking my kids away. You know what I mean? It's just like kick a black man in the testicles. A black man that he got wrong because he should have knew about his kids. She couldn't forgive him his mistake of selling drugs, but she can accept him being an ex-drug addict. That's not right. That's not right. He's raising his children as his own. He comes in. He's hating. The stepdad's hating that the actual father's there and trying to do some things with his kids. But at the end, everybody's cool with each other, and I don't know. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. But personally, I feel like black men, we get a bad rep. We get a bad rep in media. From TV shows to the news. Sometimes as a black man, I said this often, sometimes as a black man, I feel like we're not even walking on the face of this earth. Walk down our own neighborhoods at night, brother rob and kill us for no reason whatsoever. We in a suburb somewhere. We got white people looking out the window calling the cops on us for no reason. When it comes to men globally, it's like we're at the bottom of the totem pole. Our women treat us like we don't need them. Treat us like they don't need us. We're paid less in the workplace. We're mass incarcerated. We got a high number of unemployment. I don't know. This really is a conspiracy against the black man. And on top of that, a lot of the dysfunctions that we experience over here come from slavery and segregation and things like this oppression from the system, And we got brothers that just want to vent their anger out on each other rather than coming together and finding a solution. It's just crazy. I know that some, they may think that some of the things I brought up about these TV shows are harmless or meaningless, but they're not. They're not. It's funny, man. Even like, I recall looking at a video on YouTube, and it was the Anton LaVey guy, the Satanist dude, how he was talking about the evils of television, that he wouldn't even let his kids watch television. I'm telling you, television, they call it television programming, and it does program. It programs our minds, just like Eddie Griffin said. Television programs, they program in our minds. Even how things are crazy, because as black people, we've been so persecuted by white people in our history here that television done flipped the script. That white women are scared of us, though plenty of us been killed over a situation over a white woman, looking at the history here in America. White people done so much evil on a global level, but yet we're more feared than them. And a lot of that is in people's mind because of the television. I'm telling you. Even like I remember there was a documentary on A Different World, and it talked about so many black people that went to college because of A Different World. There was so many girls on there talking about they was hoping that they're going to find their Dwayne Wayne. I'm telling you, TV is powerful. But anyway, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. I also got videos where I talked about Disney and Nickelodeon. How they got these, they want to have these suburban kids rapping and dancing like black men, like black teenagers, but don't want to put no black teenagers in their stuff. And how the movie Princess and the Frog, where they didn't have a black king, you know what I mean? And Tiana's father was actually poor. They didn't even show his face. You know what I mean? The symbols behind that. But they made sure they had a black villain. They made sure they had a black villain. And had Keith David with the strongest, most melodious voice to play that black villain. They didn't have a black king. And Tiana's father wasn't really a king. He was like a sharecropper. They didn't even show his head. Played by the most light-skinned brother in Hollywood. I'm just joking. I love Terrence Howard. Great actor. But, like I said, she was a frog most of the movie. There was no black king. There was no black prince. But they made sure they had a black villain. I'm telling you. And it was a point in America that they were lighting up to black men. Remember shows like Webster and Different Strokes. You know what I mean? Look at black shows we had in the 90s. We had good shows also like in the singles. That's what I call the 2000s, the singles. Like One on One. But it's going back to incriminating black men. And the brothers that sell out with these lyrics and hip hop don't make it no better either. But anyway, I'm gonna stop right there. I would really, really, really appreciate some feedback on this video. Leave me some comments. Even make a video, a rebuttal video, or tell me what you're thinking. This is just something that's really was on my heart today. And this is just really something that I feel a certain way about. Me personally, I love my people. I believe in marriage. I believe in family. I hate all that baby mama, baby daddy stuff. I believe in husbands and wives, and we need black husbands and wives to hold it down. We need to be strong black families. We really do. I hate brothers out here with this savage thug way of thinking. And it's like brothers want to be savage to each other, but not towards the oppressor. I hate how brothers objectify and disrespect our women. I hate women. I hate how some of our women, let me correct that. I don't hate women. I hate how our women have these negative, bad chips on their shoulder and that thing's being promoted, you know what I mean? I hate how our women are just so angry. Our men are angry too. I hate how they're angry. Our people just need help. Bottom line, our people just need help, man. There's so much hate in all of us. You got a nasty attitude with the women. You got a nasty attitude with the men. We're just mad. We're just frustrated. And that's our culture here in America, man. Like nobody do people worse. Nobody do black people worse than black people. I'm telling you, there's just so much hate. It's sad how people be in relationships and at one point in life they were so much in love with each other. Now they can't even stand to receive a text from that person or even look at that person. People that have kids with each other can't even talk to make arrangements with their kids. It's crazy. The dysfunction in Black America is enough to drive you crazy. I'm tired of innocent children getting shot. I'm tired of brothers objectifying women. I'm tired of brothers thinking our neighborhoods are war zones. I'm tired of sisters walking around with nasty attitudes. Like, man, we gotta get it together, man. We gotta get it together. We really do. I'm gonna end it right there. This is Holy Warrior Yancey. This is Holy Warrior Yancey Productions. Take care. God bless. Brothers, we gotta do better. Sisters, we gotta do better. We really do. I love my people, man. I'm passionate about this. I really am. I really am. Just tired of the madness, man. We have to wake up to what's really real. We really do. We have to wake up. I'm telling you, I hate how black men, I hate how we do each other, man. Just yesterday on Facebook, there was a brother on there crying out because he witnessed a murder. 15-year-old shot in the head after an argument. We see how we've been treated by white people. Think about all the things that black people have been through. Why do we treat each other so bad? I'm tired of seeing women fighting. My beautiful black sisters, the most beautifulest women on the planet. I'm tired of them seeing them fight on Facebook and people thinking that's cool. And shame on brothers that record that stuff and not even the gentlemen to stop it. Fight until their clothes come off. I seen a video the other day where one black woman was with her baby and two black women jumped on her and just went in on this girl while she was holding her baby. It took somebody from the outside to intervene and snatch the baby away. Why are we savages towards one another? Where is this self-hate coming from? I hate brothers that don't get it. I hate sisters that don't get it. And what I mean by hate, I hate that way of thinking. I don't hate my people. I hate this negative way of thinking that a lot of black people have. I hate it. I hate the embodiment of evil, the embodiment of ignorance. And we glorify this ignorance. People are proud to be ghetto. You know what I mean? Proud to be ratchet. And I even hate using that word. That's the only way I can describe it. Don't get me wrong, man. I think I was in the last generation where a hood was the hood. You know what I mean? Where you can get something to eat 2 a.m. in the morning. You know what I mean? Where you had your little hangout spots on the corner and everything else. Where everybody knew each other. And you can stay the night at your friend's house and, you know what I mean? So I'm not coming down on the hood. I'm from the hood, but it's the ignorance that we accept. People being killed and nobody saying nothing. This robbing and killing, it just don't make no sense. And you hear stories of women setting dudes up, sleeping with them, And the dudes they sleep with, you know what I mean, they get ambushed. It's a lot. It's a lot. See, I done went boom, 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 boom. I done bouncing all over this video. Man. Lord help us.